Okay, so before we get started, what's this got to be equal to? How can we solve this?
Same way we use that.
Okay, so we've got to adjust the equation first, though. You happy?
Oh, yeah, we put in the 2 on the outside.
Yeah, so you're kind of sensing, well, hang on a minute. That power of x and that power of x, they're related in the sense that that power of x is double that power of x. So it looks like it's a hidden quadratic. That's the condition ticked. But you're right, if it is a hidden quadratic, any quadratics, if we want to solve them, we need them equal to 0. Yeah, because then we're at this stage, it's really easy to solve, right? So let's stick everything on the same side. So you get 4x to the power 4 plus 7x squared minus 2 equals 0. Okay. Now you notice that, I mean, Riley used t, I would have used t. You can use any letter you like, technically, but I would avoid a few letters. Number one, I would avoid using x, because then it wouldn't make sense. So x equals x squared wouldn't make sense. Don't use x. I would also avoid using y. Can anybody think why?
Because the equation is supposed to be y equal to...
Yeah, I mean, if we usually write equations, it's usually y equals something involved with x. So I would avoid using y as well. I mean, it's not too bad in this case, but just avoid using y in general. So t is fine, a is fine, e is fine, f is fine, whatever you want to use, just avoid using certain letters. Okay? So let t equal x squared. What's the condition on t again?
Must be bigger or equal to 0.
Perfect. So it can't be negative. In fact, we say t is non-negative. Good. In which case that becomes 4t squared plus 7t minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so that's a quadratic you need to solve. Plus 2, negative 1. Yeah. You all happy with how I got from here to here? Or have you all got a strategy from getting from there to there? Doesn't matter how you get from there to there. Quadratic formula, factorising, whatever we want to use. Okay. So t is equal to that, t is equal to that. Can we rule any out at this stage? So t has got to be greater than or equal to 0, which means it can't be negative 2. Yeah? Okay, good. So if t is equal to that, I get x squared equals 1/4. What's x got to be equal to? Good, exactly. I need to take the square root of a quarter. Well, square rooting a fraction just means I take the square root of the top, square root of the bottom, and then take it from there. So plus or minus a half. I would personally, rather than leaving my answer like that, I would personally write out my two values of x as distinct roots. Okay, so x is equal to a half, or x is equal to negative 1/2.